Arven had always felt at home in the quiet village of Eldervale, a place cradled by towering mountains and endless mists. But tonight was different. The mist had thickened into a suffocating blanket, and the river that usually gurgled near his home had run dry. As he walked along the edge of the forest, he heard it, a faint whisper calling his name. Arven, it seemed to sigh, drifting with the wind from the direction of the eastern peaks. Heart-pounding, he wondered if the village elders had been right, that the mountains held more than just snow and stone. He returned home, but sleep eluded him. The whisper came again, louder this time, and somehow urgent. Arven knew he could no longer ignore it. The call was a summons, a thread pulling him toward the unknown. By dawn, he packed a small satchel, tightened the straps on his worn boots, and took the first step into the forest. Mist swirled around him, almost as if guiding him. The villagers whispered that anyone who entered the eastern peaks rarely returned. Arven, however, felt no fear, only an insistent curiosity and a growing sense of destiny. Somewhere beyond the mist, the truth awaited, and he had to find it. Days passed, and the forest grew stranger. Trees twisted into shapes that seemed alive, shadows stretched unnaturally, and the wind carried voices that mimicked laughter or cries. Arven's confidence wavered, but then he met Lira. She appeared silently, stepping out from between two ancient oaks, her eyes sharp as a hawk's. "You shouldn't be here," she said, though her voice carried no hostility. "The mountains are not just peaks. They are guardians, testing the courage of those who enter." Arven explained the whispers, the river drying, and the urgency that led him here. Lira studied him carefully, then nodded. "I will guide you, but you must trust nothing except your heart." Along their path, they encountered Kael, a wandering hunter who had survived the mountain's tricks before. His face bore scars, and his demeanor was cautious, but he agreed to join them, for reasons he never fully explained. Together, the trio continued, each step taking them deeper into the mysteries of the eastern peaks. The nights were long and chilling. Dreams blurred with reality, revealing fears and desires that the mountains seemed to know. Arven began to understand that the call was not just a voice, it was a mirror, reflecting what lay hidden inside him. The peaks rose higher, their jagged edges cutting into the sky. The trio faced obstacles that tested more than their strength, illusions of lost loved ones, treacherous paths that seemed to vanish beneath their feet, and creatures that were neither fully alive nor dead. Lira taught Arven to listen, not just to the mountains, but to the rhythm of his own heart. Kael, though silent most of the time, guided them through dangerous terrain with uncanny skill. Each step forward was a victory against doubt and fear. One evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, Arven stumbled upon a mirror-like lake. The water shimmered unnaturally, showing visions of the past and possible futures. The whisper returned, louder than ever, almost pleading. Arven realized then that the call was tied to the village's fate and to his own choices. The trials of the peaks were not just physical. They were tests of resolve, courage, and understanding. The mountains demanded honesty, asking what Arven truly sought: glory, safety, or something deeper. After weeks of climbing, they reached a plateau shrouded in perpetual mist. The wind howled like a chorus of spirits, and the air thrummed with energy. Here, the call became clear. It was no longer a whisper. It was a voice, ancient and commanding, speaking directly to Arven's soul. "You are here," it said. "But what will you choose?" Lira revealed the truth. The eastern peaks were not just guardians of the mountains. They were guardians of balance. The village's survival had disrupted the delicate equilibrium between humans and nature. To restore it, Arven would have to make a choice that could change everything. Kael stepped aside, watching silently. He had once made a similar choice, one that had cost him dearly. Arven felt the weight of destiny pressing down, but amidst the fear, he discovered clarity. This journey had revealed more than a secret. It had shown him who he was. At the summit, Arven stood facing a crystalline altar carved into the stone itself. The mist parted, revealing the world below. Eldervale, the forests, the rivers, and the mountains beyond. The voice spoke once more. Save them, or let nature reclaim what is hers. Arven closed his eyes, listening to the whispers of the wind, the heartbeat of the earth, and the voices of his companions. He realized that the call had never been about leaving or conquering. It had been about understanding, responsibility, and harmony. With steady hands, he touched the altar. A surge of energy coursed through him, and visions of past, present, and future intertwined. The mountains shivered, the rivers flowed once more, and the mist slowly lifted. When Arven descended with Lira and Kael, the village was intact, but something had changed. Eldervale felt alive in a new way, connected to the mountains and the world beyond. And deep inside, Arven knew that the call of the eastern peaks would never truly leave him. It was a reminder that courage and wisdom must always walk together.